The night my CEO dragged me into the bathroom at our office party, I thought my career was over. She shut the door behind us, looked straight into my eyes, and whispered something that made my entire life stop for a moment. I had spent 3 years being invisible in that company, working late while others received promotions, carrying responsibilities nobody noticed. I never imagined that one sentence from the woman who seemed to have everything would reveal just how badly she had been struggling, and how much my own life was about to change. Before we continue, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the idea that one small act can change someone's life, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, leave a comment, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. Your support helps these stories reach people who may need them. My name is Daniel, and at 31 I had become very good at pretending everything was fine. Every morning I arrived at the office before everyone else. I answered emails, fixed problems, stayed late, and quietly accepted tasks that other employees avoided. My salary barely covered rent, groceries, and the expenses of helping my younger sister finish college. I had no expensive car, no designer clothes, and no influential friends. At work, I was simply the dependable employee nobody remembered when success was being celebrated. Our CEO, Victoria Hayes, was the complete opposite. She was 42, confident, brilliant, and respected throughout the industry. Whenever she entered a room, conversations stopped. People straightened their jackets and suddenly remembered every unfinished assignment. To me, she seemed untouchable. I had spoken to her only a handful of times, usually about reports or deadlines. Then came the company's annual office party. The entire headquarters had been transformed with elegant decorations, soft music, and tables filled with food. Everyone was dressed better than usual, laughing and celebrating another successful year. I almost didn't attend because I felt out of place, but my manager insisted. For the first hour, I stayed near the edge of the room. I watched colleagues celebrate promotions and new opportunities while I smiled and congratulated them. Then I noticed Victoria standing alone near a window. She wasn't speaking to anyone. Her smile looked practiced, and for the first time I saw something behind the confidence, a deep exhaustion. I was about to look away when she suddenly looked directly at me. A few minutes later, she walked across the room. Without explaining anything, she took my arm and quietly led me toward the hallway. People stared. My heart started racing. When she opened the bathroom door and pulled me inside, I had no idea what was happening. She stood there silently for several seconds. Then her expression changed completely. The powerful CEO disappeared, and I saw a woman who looked frightened and exhausted. She whispered that she had read my work for the past year. I was stunned. She told me that while everyone else was busy trying to impress her, I was the only person whose work consistently made her feel that someone genuinely cared about the company. She said she had noticed every late night, every problem I solved, and every time I helped another employee without asking for credit. Then came the sentence that changed my life forever. She whispered that she wasn't pulling me into that bathroom to discuss work. She had brought me there because she needed someone she could trust. Victoria explained that she had discovered serious financial problems inside the company. Someone close to her had been secretly manipulating accounts, and she feared that if she confronted the wrong person, hundreds of innocent employees could lose their jobs. She had been carrying the burden alone because she didn't know whom to trust. I couldn't believe she was telling me this. I asked why she trusted me, and her answer stayed with me. She said trust wasn't always built through friendships. Sometimes it was built by watching what someone did when nobody was watching. That night, instead of returning to the party, I helped her review the records. We worked until nearly dawn. What we discovered was worse than expected. A senior executive had been moving company funds through several hidden accounts. The evidence was carefully concealed, but the pattern was there. The following weeks were difficult. Victoria and I worked quietly with legal advisors. I was terrified that I would lose my job or become a target inside the company. There were moments when I wanted to walk away. I wasn't wealthy or powerful. I was just an ordinary employee who had suddenly found himself standing in the middle of something much bigger than him. But Victoria never treated me like an ordinary employee again. She treated me like a partner. Eventually, the truth came out. The executive responsible was removed, the company survived, and hundreds of employees kept their jobs. But the biggest change happened inside me. Victoria offered me a leadership position. At first, I refused because I believed I wasn't ready. She smiled and reminded me that being ready didn't mean knowing everything. It meant having the courage to learn.